What tools do you need to make wire jewelry? I'm Dianne, and in this episode, we're going to cover the 8 essential must-have tools you'll need to get started. Welcome back. When you're first getting started with wire jewelry, it's tough to know what tools you actually need. And with wire jewelry becoming more and more popular, there are more kits and specialty tools being brought to the market every day. Now, once you've been making wire jewelry for a while, you will inevitably come across a tool that you can easily convince yourself you can't live without. So let's focus first on the 8 must-have essential tools you need to get you started. Those are round nose pliers, flat nose pliers, flush cutting wire nippers, a jeweler's file, a ruler, masking tape, a permanent felt tip marker, and a rouge cloth. Round nose pliers have smooth, comb-shaped tines and fine, round tips. They come in different lengths, and when you're buying, you should look for tines that line up and ends that are the same size. Some of the cheaper ones will have one tine thicker than the other. If you're using thicker gauges of wire, you'll want to make sure that the tines are strong enough and that they won't shift when you're turning a loop. Pliers that shift are prone to breaking. These pliers are used for making loops and for bending wire in round shapes like hooks, S-links, and ear wires. Flat nose pliers are smooth and box-shaped, with a slight taper from the base to the tips. When viewed from the tips, they look like a pair of rectangles. When shopping for these pliers, you'll want to make sure that the tips are the same thickness and that the ends are perfectly rectangular. The edges of the flat nose pliers are often quite sharp and can leave plier marks on the wire. You'll notice on finer quality pliers that the corners are very slightly rounded, which helps to minimize marking. Emery paper can be used to gently sand the sharp-edged pliers, but take care to use a very light touch. Flat nose pliers come in a variety of widths, and I recommend starting with one that is no more than 5 millimeters wide. It offers easier handling and more versatility than a wider pair. These pliers are used for making sharp-angled bends like the box hook on half-round wire at the start of binding. They are a preferable plier for holding pieces that might need a tighter grip while being worked, things like opening and closing jump rings or turning a spiral. The flat surface will protect the wire from being marked while you work. Flat nose pliers are also used for pressing binding wire against a bundle in multi-wire constructions where you want to maintain a smooth-looking surface. On all of your pliers, look at the joint that locks the two pieces together. Better quality pliers will have a strong joint that helps them stand up to wear and tear. Some pliers will have a spring between the handle, which hold the tines apart when they're not being squeezed. Some people find these pliers very comfortable, others find them a little hard on their hands. Which one you choose is entirely up to you. Go with your own preference. I mentioned the flush cutting wire nippers and the jeweler's file in episode 1, and just to recap. Flush cutters, unlike side cutters, have 2 cutting surfaces that meet in a flat, aligned plane. These give you a nice clean cut with little to no bevel. When choosing a flush cutter, you need to pay attention to the gauge of wire they're rated for. Trying to cut wire that is too thick may damage the cutting edges or cause them to become misaligned. A jeweler's file is a must for good finishing on the end of your wire. As a general rule, the higher the number on the file, the finer the cut. The next tool you'll want to invest in is a ruler that has both imperial and metric measurements. Although there are a lot of videos out there that will tell you don't need to worry about measuring, wire jewelry is a craft that benefits from precise measuring, and it's vital when you're looking for repeatable, consistent, more professional results. Next is masking tape. You'll want to buy tape that is non-tacky, like painter's tape, and you'll want to find the narrowest tape possible, something like a 1/4 inch, 8 millimeters wide. Masking tape is used for holding bundles of wire together while you work, and it makes an excellent marking guide added to your pliers for when you want to make consistent size loops, like in chain work. Part of precise measuring is making sure you can see exactly how long your wire needs to be or where you need to make a bend, so you'll want to purchase a good permanent fine tip marker. An ordinary marker will smudge and rub off, whereas the mark from a permanent marker will stay put until you're ready to remove it with a bit of nail polish remover. The final tool you'll want to add to your kit is a rouge cloth. This is a soft, finely woven cloth embedded with polishing compound that gets used for cleaning your wire before you start working. The rouge cloth has 2 parts. The outer cloth is used for handling and buffing. The inner cloth is embedded with jeweler's rouge, and you'll notice that it has a faint scent and a slightly waxy, powdery feel to it. The compound comes off easily onto your fingers, so you'll need to handle it carefully. You'll notice, especially with silver wire, that if you run it through your fingers, it will leave a black streak. Those are oxides, also known as tarnish, that naturally form on the silver. It happens on copper as well, and you'll want to clean it off before you start working. That's where the rouge cloth comes in. So let's recap. The must-have essential tools for getting started with making wire jewelry are round nose pliers, flat nose pliers, flush cutting wire nippers, a jeweler's file, a ruler with imperial and metric measurements, masking tape, a permanent felt tip marker, and a rouge cloth. These 8 tools will give you the ability to complete a wide variety of projects from single wire chains to multi-wire bangles and lots in between. Then, as you continue your wire working jewelry, you can supplement this kit with more specialized tools, and I'll be covering those in the next episode, so check that out. Check out my video diary and take the Tool Junkie test to find out if you're in danger of becoming a tool junkie. Also remember to leave me your comments in the section below because I love to hear from you. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time. If you'd like to develop an eye for detail, follow my board on Pinterest. It's called The Tao of Wire, an Eye for Details. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. And if you'd like to know when new videos are available, please subscribe. You can do that through my website at thetaoofwire.com. And you can also look at my Facebook page, Vimeo channel, or YouTube channel.